One, two, three.
Hit it!
What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Two Ninja Kickback. I'm Camo, the man. I'm kicking with my man, Two Phone Tone.
The new party cats,
feels
cool
good,
cats, and
feels
cool
good.
felons.
Another episode, hip hop edition.
Yes, sir. How you feeling, my G?
I'm feeling amazing. I know our audience has been waiting to get back to this luscious vibes and all that good stuff. So we're going to get our bullshit out the way. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff if you are viewing this on YouTube. If you haven't had a chance, Tone has been crafting the Discord gang. So like I said, man, notifications and all that shit going to be in there. It's coming along. And
Yes,
Tone, we got a great hip hop episode for these listeners here today. So where you want to start, bro?
Fuck. We can start in so many angles. For one, we're just gonna start with my man Pop Smoke. You feel me? Shouts out to Pop Smoke. R.I.P. to the God. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Blessings all due to him and his family. You feel me? Put out, thanks to the help of 50 Cent, put out a tremendous project. I'm still banging this bitch till this fucking day at this very fucking moment. So definitely shouts out to Pop Smoke, and the dickheads that murdered him have been arrested. So we definitely want to give out the good energy and positive energy on that. You feel me? So fuck the motherfuckers that took that man's life, and we're still celebrating that man's life and his legacy till this day. So special shouts out to Pop Smokes. What's your thoughts, bro?
Absolutely. Shouts out to Pop Smoke. Speaking of smoke, what you smoking, bro?
Right now, I'm rolling up some motherfucking cookies, and I got some do-si dough in my blunt right now.
I got the platinum cookies on deck right now. Feeling good.
Nice.
I haven't had a chance to fully digest the Pop Smoke album, so I can't be super critical of it just yet. But it is an amazing project. It was more than I really expected coming into it. I won't say I was the hugest Pop Smokes fan. I will say his death did kind of, when an artist dies and stuff like that, it forces you to take some time out of yourself and be like, man, let me go see how that.
See what this man was about.
Let me go hear his story, get some of his essence of what he was about and what he contributed to his side of art and everything. And amazing talent. I know, like what was the original song? Dior and Outside, I believe it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like even then, like I was like, man, this guy's talented. And early on, he reminded me of like his cadence, not cadence necessarily, but his monotone sound kind of gave me that 50 vibe. You know what I mean?
That early 2002, 2003 50 and shit.
Yeah. So to hear
I
him on a
know what you
song like
mean.
"Got It On Me," it goes together so perfectly, yo. Like that shit is a banger, yo. That's
Yes.
a banger, yo. I love
I
that
gonna
shit.
lie. That shit is on 45 on the car speakers every time I'm driving, my nigga, with the cell phone
Yeah, and I
volume
was just
turned
about
up.
to
You
say
feel
that.
me?
I was about to say that's the one that you play in the whip, yo. That's whip
Yes.
music, yo. That shit really had you doing 90 and the 25. Man, and it sucks with the whole pandemic that's going on right now because I like that album out.
Yeah, you can't even touch that music the
Yeah,
way you really want to.
I hear like you pull up to somebody next to him in the light and they banging Pop Smoke. Like it's really out there. He's really flooding the streets, and it's good to see an artist like that. And I feel like once Bobby come home, he gonna get that same type of love. And like it's a good time to be a New York rapper because like I foresee the New York scene coming up, and it's amazing that Pop Smoke get to put his face on a new style of New York sound and everything like that. And it's amazing, man. Like that brother got a whole legacy, and it's gonna be a lot of kids that spring up from him. Like you know what I mean, in the game.
Definitely.
So shouts out to that man and everything, his legacy, man. Like truly amazing talent that we lost. And it's rumored that he might have about 400 in the tuck, so we might get more of this.
Shit.
Hopefully.
He did do a little number bit with Quavo. I do remember seeing him on
I
IG with
remember this.
Quavo back in the day.
Yeah, I remember seeing him in the stew a lot. And once you get on, for certain people who don't have a lot coming from a certain situation, sometimes when you get on, like for us, once we started seeing the growth in the podcast, we started giving y'all niggas 3 episodes a week. So like sometimes once you get that glimmer, you start to push yourself. So I can believe it. I definitely can believe it. And it was rumored that he flew to LA. He was working out in LA. So it's a whole lot of different sounds and cultures that go with that. So
Yeah, I
it's
was
gonna
about
be
to say
amazing.
that. Majority of the industry that's popping now is in LA right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is a lot of stuff. So I mean, make sure if you are, you know what I mean, be humble and not humble. Not saying he wasn't, but you in other people's territories and all that always. So always be moving smart and safe.
Be
And
safe, but stay dangerous, my niggas.
yeah, of course, be on alert. Always on alert. Um, Recently, I think Vince Staples put out a statement talking about New York versus Atlanta having. I won't say New York versus Atlanta, but Atlanta had running hip hop or having the best hip hop artists of all time. I believe. I don't know the exact statement. Something of that sentiment.
I think of I think mainly I think he was touching on currently this generation, but
Of course,
if it
I don't
is
think he was
all
making a.
time,
If see if
I
you, it
kind of
can't be
can
just
say,
if because you got three stacks.
yeah, I was about to say you got three stacks, you got the whole Dungeon
You
family,
see what I'm
you feel
saying?
me?
Yeah.
Goody
So
Mob, everybody.
they've been around. They've been around.
But shit, I can at least say for like after three stacks, after that whole era, going into Tip, Jeezy, and all them niggas, Gucci, they held that shit down for a minute because that's when New York,
Dro, Young
yeah,
LA.
that's
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
like New York was starting to
Yo
slip around
Gotti.
that time, and then once
Well, Yo
that
Gotti is
happened,
Atlanta, not Atlanta, it's Memphis,
yeah, he
but that's still the
Memphis.
South.
Yeah,
He did say
regardless, you
Atlanta. He
feel
said
me?
Atlanta
You could
though.
say the region,
He
you
said
feel
Atlanta.
me? But in Atlanta, period, you got them niggas,
You
and then
can't,
now,
but you can't knock the influence of like okay, just the influence of hip hop in general, right? If hip hop
hmm
took a turn and it went down south, or whatever you want to call it, that's just the growth and evolution of hip hop, and that's
I
just
think
like
yeah, it was necessary time.
it's undeniable to see the undeniable to see the sound in the hip hop. Like you see the southern influence in the sound of the music. You get what I'm saying?
Oh shit! Excuse me, listeners, for my phone.
It's all good, bro. Like listeners don't give a fuck about that phone.
Oh yeah, true.
All these bum ass audio episodes we've been giving them, they still sticking around, man. I love y'all. I love y'all
Oh
guys.
yeah, for sure, my niggas.
We was getting listens through the media blackout. Like we still shouts out to the listeners, man, that was going back through the catalog and listening to us and all that great stuff, man. We appreciate y'all. But yeah, I'd say it's just the evolution of you hear the sound like it's a southern sound, like the melodic, the tones. Why would like of course southerners would be greater at that, right? They
Of
put
course,
music together better, I guess.
because in a sense, when we're looking like, shit, not to get all deep or anything, like in a sense of like just slaves being free, majority of our sounds, musics, harmonics, all just came from the South. You feel me? It was all just developed from just blacks just being in the South and then just migrating out later on. So it's kind of full circle in a way. You feel me? We started off with like old folk house blues and jazz and shit like that, the old deltas and shit like that. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And then it just all evolves up until hip hop. And now hip hop is taking its trajectory in turn when it comes to this shit. Like we experience it started in what East Coast in New York, then the shit just blew up, went to Philly, Jersey, then somehow it made its way to LA,
But that's
then it
particular
somehow
with
made
rap,
its
of
way to the
course.
Midwest. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It didn't hit until the 90s when niggas started really paying attention to the Southern artists. And then now, since the tension from the 90s rose up now, it's I don't know, it's just graduate steps that it was just necessary for the South to actually get the recognition that they have now. I
Yeah,
mean,
of
because
course.
let's be honest, like they're enriched in culture when it's the blackest of all black culture. You feel me? The South is enriched in that shit.
But we have to keep it particular to Atlanta, I guess, because if we start to branch out, we'll have to get into the real, like not the real, but the full history of it, because
Oh, true.
Southern
Well,
blues and
Atlanta's
all of
like
that
Black
stuff. You know what I
Hollywood.
mean?
You
Yeah.
feel me?
So of course, and not only that, like, but the main thing I think that we have to focus on about the conversation with Atlanta is that a lot of those guys they locked arms together and they came up together. It was
Yeah, they
no,
band it together.
yeah, it was like, man, you got all your favorite Atlanta artists on the track together. Like, why wouldn't you support that? Why? Of course, they're gonna make a banger. And of
Yeah,
course it's
I
gonna grow
mean,
because now your fan base get exposed to my fan base, and I bring some of them over, and you bring some of mine over, and that's a
see, but
shout out
that's
to
what
them and
also
the
sets
brotherhood.
separates them. Yeah, that's also what separates them from the New York
Yeah, of course.
niggas and West Coast niggas. I don't know how it is, and well, I don't know how it is in the West Coast now, but
I feel
like,
like West Coast is more locked in together. Like you got Game, you got Snoop. They've all done features together. They don't really speak bad about anybody. And at one
see,
point, you had Game, Snoop. a lot of West Side artists on the stage together, anointing Kendrick as the new king of the West. So that's it. That shows togetherness right there, right?
That is true, but I don't know if us me getting on that is I look at niggas that's not really on that big enough platform yet. So say like you got the up and coming struggling artists, you feel me, on that type of shit. It's still like niggas. If I'm a blood and I'm from Compton for real, you feel me? I'm not on. None of my niggas are on. We still in the gut, still trying to do this shit. You feel me?
Uh huh.
And we got a show that's all the way out in Fig, and ain't nothing but Hoovers over in Fig. You feel me? So it's gonna click in my head. I'm on this shit just for this music shit, but fuck that shit. I'm still representing for the bros and all this shit. You feel me? I ain't gonna tuck my flag into nothing on that stupid shit. But yet, in the back of your head, you still know that might cause some conflict. Even though you got Schoolboy Q, J Rock, and all these niggas all in one clique and they all cool and they all homies and shit, that doesn't necessarily mean the homies over there is gonna respect that shit. You feel me?
Right.
So it's always gonna be tension somehow.
Well, I'm not from LA,
And
so I can't speak on that. I don't know the situations over there. Like you educating me now. Like so, you saying like I know what all the stuff that's been going on. I've been hearing a lot of stuff about
like
the gangs coming together and everything like that.
yeah, you got certain like little cliques and everything coming together like that, but like it's still niggas that still trapped with that '90s mentality, that '80s mentality. You feel me?
Yeah. So you
And it's
saying
still niggas that got
basically
worried about
if
that.
nigga if niggas, but I don't. You see you taking it like as a little dude. I guess you gotta pay your dividends to get to a position of working with bigger artists where you ain't gotta worry about that bullshit, i.e. a schoolboy or
Yeah.
some shit like that. And that's just with
I mean, but
anything.
Punch had them niggas. But that was the beauty about Punch and Top. They was around the way. They was from the hoods. You feel me? They knew the niggas, and they all just I don't know. Unless it comes together like that, like you in a beautiful position like that, when you just with a nigga, they got respect from every nigga in the hood and shit. Then maybe you can work and operate. But if you just a local nigga that's just bumping off of SoundCloud and you trying to do some shit and make some moves, it's gonna be hard for you to operate.
I don't necessarily think that. So it's all up to you. Like
Yeah,
like see what you don't have to be local. Like don't let anybody tell you that got to go somewhere to get it. You can reach out to anybody now and work with them and build your audience and stuff like that. So if if you are in a gang culture, I guess, and you got enemies and stuff like that, you need to settle that before you try to get out here, because then you are putting yourself in a place where you are a target. But even in Atlanta, they had beefs and stuff like that that unfoiled and stuff like that with street guys and all that other stuff. But I'm saying the music side of it, the bigger ups, the all of those guys stuck together and stuff like that. Gucci was talking about how he had Young Thug in the studio with Migos and stuff like that. These are
yeah,
these are superstars. You get what I'm saying? These are
yeah,
they're out of here. But they had the wherewithal or whatever they was going through, whatever side, whatever clique, whatever they in there working together, because they separating whatever street beef that niggas may have. Not saying these niggas was beefing, but you know what I mean? They
yeah.
came
But
in
it,
there to
it
be
comes, oh
on the
shit.
music scene and work.
But it comes down to the mentality of the artist. You feel me?
Always. That's in
And I
anything you
think,
do.
but I think that's what holds a lot of niggas back. A lot of niggas still think
But
you
I
gotta
think when
apply
you hear
street rules to
I,
motherfucking. You feel me? Civilized culture. I wouldn't even say civilized culture because that shit ain't civilized. About one fucking bit. But like you gotta apply street rules to a different way of life. You feel me?
I think
I think that's what fucks and is a lot of niggas.
I think people got bent out of shape with Vince's comments to get back into the topic because we went off a little bit. But
Oh yeah, we did.
I think when people and that's with anything, I think people when somebody says something is great, they automatically compare it. Even I did it just now when I said New York versus Atlanta. What he said, I don't know if it correlates to New York and stuff like that, because Atlanta can have a big influence in hip hop, and so can New York.
Hmm.
Like it's inarguable that New York's influence on fashion and stuff like that inside of hip hop culture. So
I mean, but it's arguable that Atlanta fashion had taken over now, and
that
now
too.
we see more niggas dressing like Atlanta niggas than anything.
I think the style is more global, because if you talk about that particular style, that's more of a Euro fashion style. And I
True, true,
even the
true.
influence from the UK styles and stuff like that is playing an influence because that's just hip hop being more global. And then you got streetwear, high fashion, all that stuff entering this melting pot. But my thing is, just because somebody says somebody's at the top doesn't mean someone else isn't at the top of whatever game that they're trying to be. It doesn't have to only be one. Because you can say, like, you know, Pop Smoke, 22Gs, a lot of New York artists are popping right now.
Mm.
So, and the whole New York drill scene is popping. And I think, but yeah, I still would probably personally give it to Atlanta, like at the top right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's without a doubt. Like when you just look at the influence, and then I don't know, I can tell you by the next 5 to 6 years, that generation of rappers
Mm-hmm.
gonna be children of future.
I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of if we really want to talk about it, you gotta put Canada up there too. If we gonna
Oh
start
yeah, for
giving the
sure, for
credit
sure.
out,
It's
like
gonna be a
Canada
lot
up
of it's
there.
gonna be a lot of Drake babies. It's gonna be a lot of Weekend babies. It's
It
gonna be a
already
lot of that
is,
shit.
but that's like it's just the influence, like, and it's amazing when you can see a person's regional influence take over, like, but that's just niggas speaking from their culture inside their hoods and all that other shit, and to see that shit become a global phenomenon, that got to be amazing. I think we were speaking
Mm,
about it one time on another podcast, like to be a one lowly man, a one lowly person, and to have an idea in your head and then start to, you know, get the wheels turning and then start to do it and then start to accomplish it, and then to see the whole world start to change because of it. That has to be
mm.
crazy. Imagine being Hove and seeing the transition of like people doing certain stuff or your voice meaning something to people. You get what I'm saying? It's such a high number. As a celebrity and stuff like that, it has to. I see why niggas be so full of themselves sometimes. Not saying that Hove is or something like that, but I see why a person can get so wrapped up and tired of themselves.
Yeah,
And that goes back into even a bigger play like Atlanta. They all of these guys are superstars and they jump on a track with each other in a second and make a banger.
see, but I think that all goes back into I don't know, like the beauty about the South and just the history in it when it comes to black folk in general. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
It's just we don't got shit but each other. So let's hurry up and band together. You feel me? And make shit poppin'.
One person who does feel like we're not together is Janelle Monáe, the great,
Oh fuck.
powerful Janelle Monáe.
I love her. I
She,
love her.
I love the queen too, but apparently she says she's fed up with the hip hop misogynistic culture and everything like that.
Ooh.
So Janelle Monáe,
I'm gonna have to say get the fuck out of here for just a quick second. You feel
okay, talk
me?
that toxic shit. I'm here for that.
I mean, cause yo, like, let's be honest, my nigga. Like,
Where the light of the blunt
we
is out. I'm here for
we
that.
we really gotta stop like acting like females don't have a fucking mind of their own, my nigga. Yes, it can be influential. I mean, it can be influential, and yes, it can be contagious to a way. But at the end of the fucking day, a lot of females really attract to that shit. Like, we really can't just put that shit on hip hop, my nigga. Like, you ever heard of a movie called fucking Grease? Bitches love the bad boy, my nigga. This is what bitches love, my nigga. Like, it's a part of fucking life, my nigga. Like, bitches swear out, yo, they love the alpha male dominant shit. And when it's in hip hop, it just so happens the alpha male dominant shit just so happens to be the thug nigga. So when it comes down to that shit, like, yo, man, man, let me hit this blunt real quick, yo.
You always have that option to hit the stop button, right?
You feel me? Like, yo, like, bitch, it's I'm not even calling her a bitch. I'm just speaking
You
in
called
general.
it
But like
several. You
but like,
called it
yo,
several.
but yo, it's like, yo, like my nigga, like, come on now, bro. Like, on some real shit. You got so many artists out here that's putting out like substantial music, you feel me? Shit that
Why
actually
not focus on them?
holds value and shit. Yeah, why not
They're
focus
out there
on
too.
them? What the fuck is it about Lil Wayne? They got motherfuckers that just always, you feel me? It's just something about a motherfucker lyrics that
Damn, how
just got
Wayne get thrown
motherfuckers in
under
the
the
fucking.
bus?
I mean, because Lil Wayne is one of the most contagious fucking rappers when it comes to bitches. You feel me? Because his life matters, especially to his bitches.
But nah, man. Like That's hip hop. Janelle, I'm sorry. Janae, I'm sorry. Nah, now I
I
feel
mean,
like an
but niggas
asshole.
don't talk about Lil Kim and shit. You feel me?
They don't.
Motherfuckers
Of
don't talk
course you
about
don't. Blind eye.
MC Light. Motherfuckers don't talk
Of
about
course not.
motherfucking Lady Rage. It's
Nicki,
so many
Remy,
of these.
Cardi. You
Nicki,
can keep
Remy.
going.
Nicki had a nigga giving her head. Not Nicki, Remy. Remy had a nigga giving her head in the video while she was driving the Beamer. The
Listen, man.
fuck? I'm 9 years old seeing that shit
It,
in the video.
city girls are right now talking about stealing and scamming from dudes.
Scamming niggas, popping
Like,
that pussy, you feel me?
it's hip
Just for some
hop.
shit. Like, come on now, my nigga. What the fuck? You got Meg the Stallion
I
popping her
don't,
ass
I don't
every
believe,
chance she
I
gets.
don't believe any of that stuff. Like, I'm sure some of these rappers treat women great. Like, half of
I
these
mean,
niggas are married. Like, come on, let's get real.
here's the sad shit about that shit. You got phenomenal female MCs like Jean Grey, motherfucking Rap City. You feel me? Angel Hayes. You got so many motherfucking phenomenal female MCs
Man,
and shit.
shouts out to Deetranada too. She from here.
Dietrich Nada, motherfucking. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. You feel me? You got so many motherfucking tremendous, phenomenal female MCs and shit. But yet their music don't get recognized. But as soon as it comes down to like just negative shit about the culture, this is the type of shit they want to bring up and shit. And I'm highly disappointed at Janelle Monáe, especially from the background that she comes from. Fucking working with Diddy.
Of all people, right?
Right. Like what the fuck, yo? Like nigga, that's some ass
Niggas be
backwards
feeling
shit.
like this is what we need to do, yo. In all seriousness, this is what we need to do. Somebody somewhere needs to sit down. We need to get all our grieving because I don't know what's going on, but it seems like there's a struggle going on in some shit, man. Like I don't understand how women be feeling. I maybe it's me as a man. Somebody need to sit me down. I've always been taught to respect women, so I'm open. I'm honestly here to listen, but everything can't change. Like, come on, it's a thing about being a man. Y'all trying to take everything from
It's
niggas,
a
yo.
such
Like,
thing called a double standard
like
and why double standards exist.
niggas can't nothing, toe. We can't misogynize women, of course not. But
Yo,
we
it's
in groups we
fucking
do. It used to
crazy.
be fun. It used to be funny, but I guess some nigga took it overboard. Of
You
course,
know, I got called sexist and misogynistic because I was still all for the idea of men for war
and
and
women
women
staying
and
home.
children for shelter.
Yeah, I can see that now. I definitely can see that.
But like,
You're like, what
but
the
don't get me
fuck?
wrong. But like, don't get me wrong, my nigga. Like, I'm all for the female soldiers. You feel me? I got female military like
My
service
cousin
members
served
in
in
my
the
family and
military,
shit. You feel me?
and
I'm all for that
my
shit.
cousin on both sides. So I got a boy and I got a girl that's well, a man and a
hmm
woman that served in the military.
I'm all for that shit. But at the end of the day, yo, it's just like when you think about preserving life, you feel me? And we just think about
I can't think
all
of the
that shit
sister's name that just
depends
got
on,
killed in the military too for having
yeah,
a
you feel
sexual
me? RIP,
relationship. So
baby
women,
girl.
you know what I mean? Women,
Uh,
you know what I mean? Women of color and stuff being in that situation. Yeah, man. So I can see a dude not wanting. As a man, you feel like no, but you have every right to do what you want, and we're not gonna stay into that for too long. But Janelle, yeah, I understand you being upset and stuff like that, but you gotta understand, man. Niggas is from the hood. Niggas get
right,
raised
that's how
different.
motherfuckers talk.
And that's just how it is in the hood, man. Unless niggas is going in the hood, educating niggas properly, redoing the school system and all this other shit. Niggas ain't got moms and dads and all this other shit at home. Niggas is raising themselves. They on the block, all types of shit. So a nigga's giving you his story and how his lives and his views and all that other stuff. Yeah, you can say you done with it, but after that, you need to go to every other thing. Football. Why are cheerleaders still on the field then? Why are we
Right,
marginalizing cheerleaders? And all this
right.
other stuff. Like it's everywhere. So
Why it's no
don't
fat
particularly
cheerleaders?
let's not particularly try to keep calling out a certain thing that feeds a lot of people and stuff like that, man. Like that's one of the ways out to a lot of young brothers, or they feel that's a way out. And if we start trying to put leashes on these niggas and all this other shit, it ain't gonna go good.
It's not. Because at the end of the day, you attacking yourself and your own culture, yo. We in this shit together.
And at the end of the day, you can always not listen, and you don't got to let your kids listen, and you can preach to your people about not listening to it and try to change it in that circle.
Pretty
And what she
much.
might be trying to do, but you know what I mean, you can't get mad when people feel a way about what you say. So hopefully, you ain't attacking niggas who feel they have a just opinion on that.
She better not work with a certain artist that I'm thinking of. Because I
A
swear to
few
God.
artists.
Yeah, it's a few. Because I swear to God, if you champion this shit, Janelle, I swear to God, I'd throw like 3 of your CDs out the window, baby.
See, you
I'm
still
dead
have those?
ass. Nigga, of
You
course,
old
my
school. You
nigga.
gonna just
I'm a
chuck it out
lover
the
of
V.
music.
Hurrah! Fuck this shit. I done did it with a couple CDs.
Yeet! Just
This
throw
shit is
that bitch right
trash.
out the window. Feel me? I
I was
love
a kid.
Geronimo
I'll
Day.
say I don't recycle like that. I don't. I recycle now, but I used to. Straight out the window when we had CDs. Fuck this CD. This shit sucks.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't recycle.
And speaking of women and everything, August got the 50 clip loaded. Ain't no bitch safe. Coming out of all
Let
these.
them shots go. Doop, 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 doop.
I know he got a lot of chicks in the foxhole right now, heading for cover. Like, let me not say nothing about this nigga. He on a warpath right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody safe.
If you gave August the cheeks, you better sit down right now because you ain't safe, shorty. Kiki
Instagram
Palmer just tried to
models.
jump out there. He shut that down. Had Jada sitting no will down, letting him breaking it down.
We're in an entanglement.
Man,
Let's talk about. Oh my
honestly,
God.
man, I don't think Will gives a fuck. I think she was like, "Look, man, I know you don't care. Let's get this bread off
Think
of this
so?
shit." Then I do think so. I don't think he like even in the article they said, "Listen, bro." He said it himself. He said we was broken up. She was doing her thing. I was doing my thing. I can't be mad about that. Like if that's your situation and you know, it is that's my lady for life. We already doing our thing, but we could do our thing inside of the marriage, outside the marriage.
I feel you. But for me personally,
It got
when I'm
messy though.
listening, yeah, when I'm listening into people weighing in on their personal life and shit, I look for key words that they say. So certain shit like entanglement, girth, loving me, the love that you have was not deep enough for me. You feel me? I listen to shit like that, and I start to put together and puzzle shit. And the simple fact that Jada really got off, you feel me? That commandment 32 under section A, you feel me? She wants to feel like a nurturer and a helping hand to this man. You feel me? So by her doing that shit, she was technically justified to give up the yeeks. You feel me? Because giving up the yeeks is a form of healing. You feel me? And nigga down and shit. Shorty slide out with the yeeks and shit. You feel me? It makes everybody happy.
It's a
It
little
brightens
weird
your
when you're
day.
in a motherly position though.
What? I mean, is it?
It is.
Is it?
It can be a little weird. Yo.
If a woman in her damn 50s that you had a crush on your whole damn life, and you are in your 20s and you are in a prime fucking of your life, and let's be honest, they didn't know this nigga when he was a damn kid to actually claim him as a god kid. You feel me? They was claiming this nigga as a god kid in his fucking 20s.
Hey man,
In my eyes, I hate to say it, that looked like she was grooming a young August just to be a cabana boy, yo. And shit just got
Cougars
too
is
deep.
real. Cougars is real.
Yeah, you
Man, that's
feel
a
me?
term for
Cougars
it.
is
Called
real.
a
The
cougar.
milfs is real.
He got caught by.
Snatch that kitty cat, my nigga. You can scratch that kitty cat, boy.
Oh man, look how
Made
she
that
got you out
motherfucking
here,
lion purr,
August.
nigga.
Look how she got you out here, Brody. Oh man,
Hey, my nigga, I'm championing that nigga. You feel me?
nigga ain't put an August track on yet.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm planning on listening to the album tonight.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully he hey man, teach his own.
Hey, my
But it is
nigga,
a funny story, man. I love making light of just funny stories like this because you know I just feel like they was like, you know what, fuck it, let's get these views out this shit. He came out, I don't know. I guess was he fed up? Was he emotionally drained, or was he trying to get audited? Trying to get the album sales?
it seemed like a combination of all. Cause in a way, I mean, he was doing an interview with Angela Yee. You feel me? Shouts out to the goddess
I
Angela
think
Yee.
him and Angela Yee had something going on together at one point too. So even that's kind of weird.
I don't know. I don't know. See, people always try to link Yee with shit. You feel me? I just think that's just Yee's chemistry.
Nah, but I think
Because
they
when
I think they was out in the open with it though.
oh really?
I think so.
I mean, hey, if it is what it is, you feel me? Then we gotta give August the sniper status now, yo.
He got
Nigga knocking him down.
He got
That's
a
what I'm
couple.
saying.
Hey, he got a couple.
You gotta put him in the sniper
You got
status,
me?
yo.
He got me. He got a couple of things on his belt.
Move over, Joe Button in the
You feel me?
cannon. There's a new shooter on the block.
I tell you what, he definitely got some staples in that joint. Yo. Oh man, Jada. Yeah, he.
That's
got,
legendary.
He's
That's
sitting in the house
legendary.
like, yo, I got one. His man's like, ooh, yo. bitch got a little NDA on me right now, but y'all, it's one.
When this shit drop, nigga, this shit
Yo,
gonna drop.
the pressure on, yo. Nigga, house shopping. I know my sales about to go up.
You seen
And I
Bad
got
Boys
the
3
album
lately,
coming.
yo?
I hope not, yo. You
Nigga,
got one of
it dropping
Martin T's?
innuendos like that?
Like, nah, yo. All
Yo,
I'm
you
saying
watching
is,
Hancock? That's
I'm the real
crazy.
bad boy around these parts, you heard? That's all I'm
I'm the
saying.
real Fresh Prince around this bitch. You heard me.
Man, just to get out the chatty patty shit.
My man's had Will fucking Versace robe on, yo.
Yo,
Listening
so
to Jaden Smith rap about crack.
yo, chill, yo. Another slime ball news. Recently, 6ix9ine had came out and he had read the last tweet that XX Temptation had sent to him, or XX or X as you know him, whoever you want to call him. Tone, did you get a chance to see this video?
I seen a little bit,
So in the
but
video, basically, I'm gonna break it down to the listeners. Basically, you have
uh,
6ix9ine and academics sitting in a chair, and they're basically talking about I don't know if it was a DM. I'll say a DM, not a tweet. I apologize. A DM that X has sent to 6ix9ine, and then the DM it just said, "Hey man, watch how you move and be safe." And this was from that was his last tweet to him before he died and everything like that. And 6ix9ine was basically getting into a whole spiel about how they say he a pussy for moving around with security and all this other shit. And he was saying, basically trying to justify it, like, oh, if X had security, he'd still be alive and we'd still have a legend and all this other stuff. So I just wanted to, how you feel about that? Like, let me get your thoughts on it.
I mean, for one, when X sent that sent that DM to 6ix9ine, let's all mention. I mean, let's not all forget that this shit with Treyway did not blow up the
And not
way it
only that,
did.
I think at the time, him and X might have been friends. I think they had a falling
Yeah, I
out at
was
some
gonna
point.
say him, X, and Trippy, and it
I
was
know
him, X, Trippy.
Trippy and
It,
6ix9ine definitely had a falling out, and then I think
yeah.
eventually X and 6ix9ine had a falling out too.
Mm-hmm.
But
But
for me, it was just it. I won't drag Ack into it because I feel like 6ix9ine might be a friend of his. I'm sorry, an actual friend of his. So he
yeah,
just chilling with
it's
the
without a
homie.
doubt them niggas are
Yeah,
friends. You're
so he,
like,
he just chilling with the homie. So I won't drag him into this. But I'll say on 6ix9ine behalf, for me, it felt like I don't know, it was just shameful, and I don't really understand why he had to like this guy. This guy doesn't care who
still
he
trying to
drags into
justify
anything. Like
herself,
let the
my
man
nigga.
rest, yo. Like let that man rest. He's gone. Like why are you dragging this man up and stuff like that to try to bring her into court your actions and stuff like that? And coincidentally, I got to digging into some other shit after I got heard the whole tweet. And apparently he's off house arrest, so I'm sure he's gonna be moving around pretty soon. He probably gonna have a whole fucking football team around him.
Oh yeah,
So
we've
like
seen Grant's gonna protect that
I'm
investment,
like,
my
so
nigga.
now it looks like to me that you're just trying to get ahead of the whole, oh, look at how this nigga moving, he got all his security.
Mm-hmm.
Now you trying to pin that on that
Mm-hmm.
man, death and all that other stuff. It just had me like, what the fuck is going on, yo?
It's kind of ironic after I
You gonna
think
take
it was
somebody
a
that
week
people
ago.
love though and try to attach yourself with that because you got so much stank on you right now though?
I mean, but
Like that man gone, yo.
it's kind of funny though because house arrest was the only thing keeping his ass safe.
It kind of was. And that really
It was the
wasn't keeping
only
him safe
thing.
because he had to move 3-4 times.
I mean, but from the niggas that he was, not all them other niggas. For the simple fact, Meek sent out a tweet, I think, about a week. He did put that out. You are kind of right, you
Yeah.
feel me? It's him justifying that shit. The nigga scared. The nigga knows the repercussions of his shit, yo. And the
Yeah.
thing of it is, when you deal with niggas like that, yo, it's basically dealing with a small fucking child, yo. They'll try
Yeah.
to find every reason excuse to actually justify the fuck shit that they did. I don't get it, yo. I don't understand niggas like that, bro.
Sometimes
I'm
like yeah, just
disappointed
stand
at
on your own
academics.
shit, yo. I ain't
Yeah,
really
just for even
disappointed in him
influencing
though.
that shit.
I
I
ain't
am.
really disappointed in him.
But then, yeah, you know what? I can't even be mad. I can't even be mad nor disappointed because he does not come from this light nor this type of
Yeah,
culture.
like act he represent a whole different side of stuff. So I can see him just being like, and if he see
Like I said,
act need to pick a hat because that's important too. In this whole situation with 6ix9ine, he needs to pick a hat.
I think he did pick his hat.
If you media be media, or if you this nigga friend Be his friend. You can't say, "Oh, I'm subjective," because when I report my media, I don't care who you are. I report my media, and then you be next to this man when he's doing stuff like this. Because now you're gonna get
Yeah.
swept up in it too. Because you was telling them, "Oh, read it on camera. They can't see it," and all services. So now you coaching them in it. But I don't know. It's a shitstorm and a hell fairy going on right now with academics. So he need to get a little low right now if he trying to save face or do something. I wouldn't attach myself too much to 6ix9ine.
Man, let that man do what he gonna do, yo. They gonna fly to the DR when COVID drops, yo. All that shit, yo. They gonna be back together, yo. 'Cause at the end of the day, yo, how I figure it, yo, off the shit that act so called against the nigga, it's just I don't like messy characters. You feel me?
Yeah,
And when I see shit like
them
that,
niggas that be
yo,
playing the 50.
pretty much. And then my whole issue with act just dealing with the culture in general. You feel me? Both that shit just amplifies all this shit up together. So it's like, yo, like I don't know, yo, like get that nigga the fuck out of here, bro. Like that nigga should not be. I don't know, yo. If he really means, bro, yo, he should not just be chilling with 6ix9ine like that so casually.
Yeah,
Especially if you really about your shit. Because if that's the case, then why ain't you out in the open with a lot of these other rappers? You feel me?
absolutely. And yeah, man. So I say we're just gonna see how the story continues to unfold with the whole 6ix9ine. So stay tuned to the podcast because man, fuck it, we ain't got shit else to do. We're gonna keep bringing you the 6ix9ine news. Like I just think it's funny, and I like to get Tone's insight on it because it's always just a different insight, but it makes y'all think and stuff like that. And we try to bring y'all some type of substance or something to y'all. And we hope
Oh, a
y'all,
different
yeah, something different,
view
man.
on the
Yeah,
situation. You
and
feel
and
me?
obviously y'all fucking with it because y'all tuning in. And one time I want to shout out Daylight and Tay Rock. If listeners had a chance to see tremendous performance by both artists. Man, what can I say? They left Earth, man. It really brought the Smack event home. I know it got a little wayward and stuff like that, and people were complaining. I know the battles took a little long to get started, and we seen a lot more of G Black and Henny Man and everybody than we wanted to see. But it was a tremendous event, and what can I say? Smack did it again, and a lot of people were saying, well, some people were saying, it wasn't the same without the crowd and stuff like that. But I feel like it's gonna go back. You can be able to watch it on camera. You can be able to really pick apart these artists' styles and everything like that. And with Daylight and Tay Rock, what they did was they didn't try to come in and do what each other did like some artists try to do. Daylight
Right.
is a lyrical dude, and he knows he's amazing at lyrical ability. And Tay Rock is more of a battle rapper.
The
And
freestylers.
you got to see the two giants of these categories go at it, man. And that's what battle rap's about. And it just translated so well on camera. And shout outs to these guys. I think it's battle of the year. And you know, I'm not just saying that because I'm a Tay Rock fan, but both of these dudes left Earth because Daylight is also one of my favorite battle rappers, and it was kind of weird seeing these two dudes clash. But I couldn't expect this. I say that, but they definitely stole the show, and definitely made me really start looking more into caffeine and the different stuff with that. So shouts out to them and shouts out to the listeners. And it's been another episode of Two Ninja Kickback. Tone, go ahead and close us out, bro.
Listeners, my niggas, and a few occasional females that are listening, you feel me? Just want to remember, please keep the fight alive, you feel me? For the struggle of oppression will never fucking end unless we still got the able bodies and the able minds to actually continue that shit. So you feel me? Please support the struggle in the revolution. But not only that, on the closing piece of this statement, I would still like to champion the banner of saying fuck Candace Owens and fuck Doja Cat.
Fuck
So
Terry
fuck both
Crews.
them bitches. And fuck Terry Crews. You
And
feel
hold
me?
on, let me get back on this, man. Since we shouting shit out, man. Shouts out. I want to say shout out to DC listeners. Shouts out to Virginia listeners. We see y'all coming up, and we appreciate the support down there too, man. And a
Especially, bro.
super big shout out to San Francisco. Super big shout out to Oakland. Super big shout out to the whole San area, whatever, man. Y'all niggas fucking
The
with us
whole
over there.
LA and Bay
Hell yeah,
Area,
we
you feel me?
appreciate y'all
Cali, my
niggas, man.
niggas.
Keep listening, keep tuning in. We gonna keep bringing y'all niggas content, and it's all up from here. Peace,
Oh yeah,
love.
shouts out to our international niggas too.
Oh yeah. Shouts out to international niggas, Tone.
Motherfucking, I don't know the specific
Yeah.
countries in general, so I'm gonna just say shouts out to the continents.
Hell
You feel
yeah.
me? Shouts out to my niggas in Africa. You feel me?
Oh
Shouts out
yeah.
to my niggas in Europe. Shouts out to my niggas in Asia. Shouts out to my niggas in Latin America. You feel me? Shouts out to all my niggas. You feel me? We
Hell
all
yeah.
ninjas in this bitch. You feel me?
We all ninjas, and we gonna burn one for y'all niggas, man. We love y'all. Appreciate the support.
Smoke something, bitch.